Hey everybody, so we have some more college hockey content here. I know I said I want to get more college stuff in on this channel. So today I want to look at the top 5 leading point scorers in Hockey East because that is the conference that I focus on and am close to and get to watch a lot of. So we're going to look at some of the top players in Hockey East and see how somewhat insane their point totals are already to start this year. And talk about their NHL futures and the potential for those as well. So before we get into the video, I just quickly want to remind everyone to please hit that like button and give this video a thumbs up. That greatly helps out the channel and is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, happen to be watching for the first time, please hit that subscribe button down below and follow along for all my hockey content this season and all year round. So let's get into it here. The top 5 point scorers in Hockey East as of right now. Number 1 is Jack Dugan from Providence College. He has a whopping 24 points in 10 games played for PC this year. Jack Dugan is a Vegas Golden Knights prospect. He's been drafted by Vegas. Sophomore forward. He has looked unbelievable to start this season. He was very good in his freshman year last year, but he has gone to a whole other level this year. Dugan, I think, is by far the best player in Hockey East, and he is one of the top players in all of college hockey. Without a doubt, he has Hobey Baker potential this season. He has 8 more points than the next closest point getter in Hockey East, who happens to be his teammate. He's just been absolutely unbelievable this year. He's scoring almost 2.5 points per game through 10 games this season. I don't know if this is going to keep up all season long, but I've seen him play a couple of times already, and he's had massive point nights in both the games that I've seen. So I know that last week in the game I watched against BU, he had 4 points that night. So Dugan is off to an unbelievable start. He's an unbelievably talented player, and he currently is blowing everyone else away in Hockey East as far as points go. Number 2 is Jack Dugan's teammate at Providence College, Tyce Thompson, who is a New Jersey Devils prospect. He has 8 goals and 8 assists for 16 points this season through 10 games. He's had a very nice start to the year as well. He's a very good goal scorer, somebody who I think is going to be a solid goal scorer at the next level as well, and someone who's going to be a fun player to watch in pro hockey. Thompson has also a sophomore, still a young guy. Looks really good for PC this year, and obviously not putting up the explosive numbers that Jack Dugan is, but still 16 points in 10 games. That is very impressive, and to have 8 goals, I mean, he's almost scoring a goal per game. So again, we'll see if that keeps up or if these players start to fall off a little bit as the season goes along. But there's obviously a lot of talent there at Providence College, playing the top 2 point getters in the entire conference are both from PC. At number 3, we have an undrafted player, Matt Brown, who is a freshman forward at UMass Lowell. He has 15 points in 12 games so far this season. Obviously, he's played a few more games than everyone else, but 15 points on the year, 4 goals, 11 assists. He's off to a really nice start, and he has not been drafted yet, so he could potentially be drafted in this upcoming NHL draft. He's only a freshman forward. I would think that after a year like this, to come into your freshman year and have over a point per game, I think it's very likely that we see him get drafted this coming draft. But he's done well for UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell is off to a very good start this season. Not a team that many people look to as to be, a powerhouse team in Hockey East. Lately, or usually when you think of Hockey East in the top teams, it's Boston College, Providence College, Boston University, Northeastern, UMass Amherst. UMass Lowell is not a team that in recent years has been all that great, but they're off to a very good start this year, and Matt Brown has played a big part in that and is a big reason why. Number 4, we have defenseman David Ference from Boston University, the only defenseman on this list. He is off to an unbelievable start goal-scoring wise. He has 8 goals and 6 assists for 14 points in only 9 games for BU this season. So obviously to have 8 goals in 9 games as a defenseman is extremely good. He had scored a hat trick against Providence College last weekend on Saturday. He's a junior defenseman who has been drafted by the Nashville Predators. And much like Dante Fabro, who was also drafted by Nashville and came out of Boston University, I think David Ference has a solid NHL future ahead of him. And it's not going to be long before we see him in the Predators lineup. He's looked very, very good this year. He's got a bomb of a shot from the point. He's a very smart player. He's a two-way defenseman. He's not all about the offense. He can play in his own zone as well. He's an exciting guy to watch and someone who I think is going to be a solid pro hockey defenseman. And lastly, with 13 points on the year, we have Patrick Harper, also from Boston University. Also a Nashville Predators draft pick. So Nashville likes to go to BU and pull draft picks out of BU. And so, they've gotten some really good players. And Patrick Harper, I think, is one of them. He's a senior forward. He's played 7 games this year. He's got 13 points in those 7 games. So almost 2 points a game for Harper this season. Very, very fast player. Very quick on his skates. Good puck handler. Small, definitely on the smaller side, which is something he's going to have to, obviously deal with as he moves on to pro hockey and the game gets more physical. He's going to have to use his quickness to his advantage and avoid the getting run over and getting physically beaten at the pro hockey level. But he is a guy that I think certainly, I don't know if he's an NHL guy. He certainly will need some seasoning, I think, at the AHL level. He might only ever be an AHL level player, but he's definitely going to go on and play pro. He's off to a really good start for BU this year with 4 goals and 9 assists in only 7 games that he's played. So, he's definitely a guy to keep an eye on as well and a guy to watch who I think could potentially be a lesser known but impactful player at the next level for Nashville or for their AHL affiliate. But those are the top 5 scorers right now in Hockey East, and 4 out of those 5 are current draft picks of NHL teams. Matt Brown, I think, will get drafted this upcoming draft. If you're a freshman playing D1 college hockey and you have over a point per game, I think it's very likely that NHL teams are going to take notice of that, and that he is likely going to find himself an NHL home at some point. But Jack Dugan, Tyce Thompson, both from PC, off to really good starts. Matt Brown of UMass Lowell, over a point per game as well. And David Ference and Patrick Harper from Boston University, off to very good starts as well. So those are your top 5 hockey scorers right now. We'll see if that keeps up all season long or if some of these guys fall off, if new players come up and start playing really well. But I definitely think that Jack Dugan is going to stay at the top of the list. He's just been unbelievable. He's got an 8-point lead over anyone else already. And I think he's one of the top players in all of college hockey in the U.S. So definitely a name to know, a guy to watch. And Vegas, I think, got a draft steal in getting Jack Dugan. And he's going to be at the NHL level sooner rather than later, I believe. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.